We are wired to trust what feels real, even when that realism is manufactured. A crooked smile in a Renaissance painting, or grainy film footage of a protest conveys something deeper than just content. These flaws act as proof of human presence. Thinkers like Roland Barthes' argued photographs carry an aura of having been there that no drawing can replicate. Imperfections are the digital age's punctum, our emotional breadcrumbs in a world too clean for comfort. We seek these signs not because they're accurate, but authenticity isn't some natural property. It's a constructed performance. A handwritten note from a restaurant. Instagram filters made to look vintage. Even AI generated deepfakes with realistic eye blinks. These are all cues assembled like a menu of emotional signals. We don't just see them. We decode their meaning through habits built over centuries. Benjamin described the aura as something that evaporates in mechanical reproduction. But what if the aura is now being faked too? Authenticity, once a byproduct, when we can fabricate authenticity at will. Trust itself becomes transactional. We no longer know if a memory was experienced or engineered by an algorithm. Barthes pointed out that photographs feel real because they deny codes. So when AI generates images with the same grain and lighting cues as old snapshots, we still fall for it. The system is designed to fool not just our eyes, but our belief in presence itself. We've built a machine capable of faking imperfection, and now we can't tell if anyone's even real.
The earliest filmmakers were both artists and engineers, experimenting with movement, light, and narrative in ways that laid the foundation for modern cinema. Pioneering techniques.
In the early days of photography, film grain wasn't an aesthetic choice, it was unavoidable physics. The texture of a photo came from chemical reactions on light, sensitive surfaces. But over time, we began to associate that grain with truths. A photograph felt more real if it looked like one from the past, worn at the edges, soft in the midtones, and slightly out of focus where it should be sharp. What we were really responding to was Roland Barthes' punctile. That detail in a photo which stabs or pricks us, often because it's flawed, irregular, or resists abstraction. In the late century, filmmakers began to mimic those grainy textures digitally. not because they missed analog processes, but because it made their films feel more human. This was trust engineering in action. By simulating imperfection, we created a kind of authenticity performance. The grain became less about the medium and more about perception. What is real if our tools can make fakery look like memories? Our desire to believe something has happened in design and media systems. The shift from grain as floor to grain as feature marks a turning point. We stopped caring about the materiality of media and started caring only about how it made us feel. But here's the rub: when everything can be simulated, authenticity becomes performance. This isn't nostalgia. It's psychological manipulation wrapped in visual aesthetics. The digital simulation of analog flaws is not accidental. It's designed to make interfaces, music, even conversations feel more trustworthy.
Then to check dye and fabric colors and check them accurately and scientifically, there's the spectrophotometer. This instrument can detect and record more than 2 million different colors.
In digital culture, authenticity is no longer something you possess, it's something you simulate. The glitch in the code, the uneven stroke of a brush filter, or that human sounding pause between AI voice responses, they're not accidents. They're calculated imitations meant to pass as real. We've conditioned ourselves to trust imperfection because it signals life. And now machines exploit this by faking those very signs. But this imitation of human quirks has a history. In the world of music production, medi-humanization is an early example. Software that deliberately introduces timing variation to make machine perfect beats feel like they were played by someone with a heartbeat. The lesson: perfection feels dead, life needs messiness. Instagram's grain filters, AI, generated handwriting fonts, and chatbots with natural pauses don't aim for realism. They aim to trick us into believing someone real is behind the message. But if we start using these cues as our barometers of trust, online love, digital commerce, political messaging, we become vulnerable to systems built not to communicate truthfully, but to deceive effectively. Neil Postman once warned that television was redefining truth itself, replacing reasoning with performance. Today his words feel like a premonition as we watch deepfakes and voice clones distort not just what's seen on screen, but the very idea of presence. If our trust is built on images and sounds, then every algorithm capable of faking those senses becomes a weapon in this war for beliefs. Postman never saw AI, generated faces, nodding solemnly at funerals, or cloned voices, whispering to loved ones they haven't. We're in a spoofing economy now. One where the value of something isn't how it was made, but whether it feels real enough to pass. If everything is for sale and nothing is sacred, then authenticity becomes just another commodity. And once that happens, we start believing what feels right rather than what's true. This isn't a failure of technology. It's the triumph of capitalism in its purest form, taking even our deepest intuitions about trust and selling them back to us. What comes next is not better